basically what had happened was so basically, okay, so last year I, you know, when you're single, sometimes you know, you go on Tinder, right? So basically, so basically, I was on Tinder, right? And I was just scrolling and stuff, like, you know, swiping or whatever you do. And and I came across this guy's picture, like, on Tinder. I was like, oh, this guy is fine. Like, what the hell? Because I'm gonna be honest, yeah, like, on Tinder, like, well, on online dating, you don't really. Sometimes there's like good looking people, but it's like most of the time it's not like you don't get like people that are like fine, like 10 out of 10. You get what I'm trying to say? So this guy was really fine, and I was like, wow, like this seems like a catfish, like right off the bat, because he just seems like, why is he on this app? Okay. So anyways, but I was like, you know what? I swiped right, and then he obviously matched with me, and then we start talking, we start texting and stuff. So we're talking, and like I'm still very like suspicious of this guy, because I'm like, okay, he seems like he's fake, because he was like, I'll just explain, right? So he was light skinned with curly hair, like, you know those light skinned boys that have like really like light eyes, like green eyes, but it's like not even green, it's like really light green, like they are just blessed from the gods. Like, you get Joel, you know those type of boys?
Yeah, the typical white boy.
No, but like no, light skin, like I mean like light skinned boys, like mixed race light skin, like not white, like the F boys, like the F light skinned boys that have light eyes. He was like, this guy, okay, honestly, and hands down, he's the most beautiful person I've ever seen in my life, like to this day, okay? He is just something else. So, like, it should be illegal to be that good looking type shit. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not even fair. Like, why, like, that is honestly, like, unfair. So anyways, I'm talking to him, and we're texting and da-da-da, and like I said, I'm still suspicious, but we're talking more and more every day. We're texting every day, and like he seems all good over text, like we're getting along, da-da. But I like calling, like I like calling, right? That's just, I can't just text somebody, like I want to call, I want to FaceTime, da-da. So like this is when it starts getting a bit like, this is when it starts getting a bit dodgy, right? I'm like asking him to call. I'm like, oh, do you want to call? Da-da. And he's like being like, oh, I don't really like. He's like, yeah, well, like, but like, I don't really like calling that much. Like, I just have anxiety. Like, da 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 da. And I'm just like, oh, okay, you're definitely a catfish. But then he said he played PlayStation, right? So then he was just like, he's like, oh, we can like talk and play. Like, I'd prefer that. And I'm like, okay, calm. So he adds me on PlayStation. And he like introduces me to his friends, like his PlayStation friends, right? So I joined the party, and he's like, oh, I've got to like step out like to do something, but like join the party and like chill with my friends, and then I'll be on later. So I joined the party, so I start like talking to his friends now. And bear in mind, he also before this, he made a group chat on Snapchat with him and his friends, and he put me in it. So there was people involved, so that's why it didn't seem like a catfish, because there were people like that knew, like there was people inside the story. Do you get what I'm saying? Like he like introduced me to his friends and all that stuff, and like put me in a group chat, and like they were all talking about him, right? They was all talking about him. So yeah, and then like I said, and then I was playing PlayStation with his friends, and they're all saying his name, like da da da. They're like, oh, he really likes you, like he's a real person. And I was even talking to him. I was scared he was a catfish. They're like, no, like he just doesn't really like, he doesn't even call us, like that's just how he is, like, you know. But he really likes you, and da 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 and all this stuff. So I'm just like, okay. So at this point, I'm like, I'm still a little bit like. Someone said, you got too much dip on your chip. Relax. But anyhow, so it wasn't really like super suspicious, because there was all these people that were talking about, all his friends were talking about him and stuff. So there was a lot of people involved in, so like there was like 6 people in the party chat that were his friends that were all talking about him. Like, oh, do you remember the time that he did this? Do you remember the time that he did that? So it seemed like a real person.
Those are your true bros right there. What the fuck? Come on now.
No, bro. So anyways, so yeah. But the thing is, this guy was so, like, this catfish was so good at what he did that it did, like, he didn't do things that made it seem like dodgy. Like, I can't really explain it, but like, he was just so good at, like, he was so good at, like, he'd be like, oh, I'm joining the party, oh, I've got caught up, like, I need to do this, da 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 da, like, and then his friends, like, really, like, just made it seem like it was realistic. Like, I can't even explain to you, right? Anyway, so we're talking. I'm like, okay, and he'll send me like snaps, but it will never be of his face. Like, it'll be like of certain things. It was just like, oh no, it was just dodgy, okay? But like, it just seemed real because all his friends were talking about him and be like, yeah, he doesn't really like call in, da da da, like he does it with all of us and all this stuff and da da da, whatever. And so me and him are probably talking, I'd say in total for probably about like 2 weeks we're texting. And then I'm just like, okay, like we should meet up, like what's up with it, like, you know, what's the plan? And he's like, yeah, I want to meet up. Like, so we made a plan to meet up on the weekend, which was Saturday, right? So I'm excited and I'm just like, I can't wait, like I really like this guy, like, because we were vibing really good, like, and all this stuff, and I wanted to take his word for it because it didn't seem like dodgy in the moment. Like, it was a bit weird that he didn't want to call me. Like, that was really weird. But his friends were talking about him. Like, he had a whole group of people being like, yeah, remember the time he did this? Oh, like, yeah, he really likes you. Oh, da-da-da, like, talking about memories with him and stuff. So it didn't feel like it was fake. Because how can you have more than 6 people involved in a catfish thing? Like, that's crazy. Like that's just crazy. Like, no, that's not a normal situation. Like, usually you have a catfish and it's just one person. You don't get like 6 more people involved in it to act like it's real, right? So I really thought it was legit. So we planned to meet up on Saturday.
You never seen the show Catfish? Motherfuckers really do that shit.
Yeah, well,
Motherfuckers really got no life.
I don't know. But it wasn't like he was making fake accounts, just texting. It was people on the party chat, like different people. Like, it was girls, it was guys, like talking about him. Like, it was multiple people that were on the mic talking about him, like talking, not just texting, talking. So it wasn't like fake accounts. It was like real people that actually were talking about him. So that's why it seemed real. So he planned to meet up on Saturday. So I did a very dumb thing. Very dumb. Very, very, very dumb. There was one time I was hungry, right? And I was texting her, I was like, oh, I'm hungry. All this. And bear in mind, this guy lied about his whole life. This guy told me, the catfish him, told me that he didn't have, like, his dad died. And his dad, no, listen, his dad died, that he, had, like, he was rich, he had a mansion, that he had, like, what's the car? Oh, my days. I'm not gonna remember the name, but he had a really nice sports car that and he sent me pictures and videos of the car. He sent me videos of his, like, sister. He has a sister, and he sent me videos of his sister. Like, bro, like, this person had everything, like, sorted out. Like, sent me videos of his sister, his mom, his car, his house, like, everything. So it all seemed legit at the time. And he was just like, oh, he's like, I got you, like, you said you're hungry, like, I'll send you food, like, what's your address, like, I'll order you food. And, like, the girl in the party, like, one of his friends in the party chat was like, oh yeah, he orders me food all the time, like, he always gets me food, like, you know, he's just really giving, like, he has a lot of money, so he just, you know, he just sends people food and stuff. And I was like, okay, like, oh, he's a nice person. So, like a dumb bitch, I gave out my address so he could send me food. Am I dumb? Am I tapped? Yes, I am. And then he sent me, like, he bought me, like, Domino's and sent it to my house. Like, and yeah, I mean, it was good. The food was good. I didn't get poisoned or anything, but now he obviously knows my address. So, but like I said, it didn't seem dodgy at this point. So anyways, so then it comes to a few days before we're supposed to meet up. So we're supposed to meet up on Saturday. It's like probably like Thursday, right? And this guy, bear in mind, with his social media, he said that his Instagram got deleted. Like, he had a lot of followers and it got deleted. So I just had a weird feeling. Like, I was still kind of unsure if he was like real or not, because it would just, he'd never wanted to call me, and I thought that was weird. So I typed in his name into Instagram to see what would come up, and an account came up. So I'm like, okay, like, what the hell? So I click on it, and it's him, and he has a girlfriend on his page. So I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, are you fucking serious? Like, so I message him. I message him. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, you're a piece of shit. Like, you have a girlfriend and you never told me. Like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he's like, oh shit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, oh, I just killed my teammate. He was like, I'm sorry. Like, she's crazy. Like, she won't let me break up with her. Like, I'm sorry I didn't tell you. Da da da. Like, I actually like you. Like, she's just crazy and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you're fucked up. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, that's so messed up. Da da da. So then I go on their girlfriend's Instagram, and I DM her, and I'm like, yo, your boyfriend has been talking to me. Like, he's been trying to meet up with me and stuff. Like, you know, like, just thought you should know. And she messages me back like, nah, like, that's a catfish account. Like, that's not real. Like, this catfish has been doing this for like over a year. Like, he talks to loads of different girls, pretends to be like her boyfriend, and like, orders foods to girls' houses. So it wasn't even just me that this happened to. This is like a regular thing that he's done. And yeah, so and they, like, the police are involved and everything, and it's like this huge catfish that has everyone, like, everybody fooled, like, because he has so many people in on it, like, which is really weird to me. Like, how do you have over 6 people in on it? Like, I don't get that. Like, what type of catfish does that? Like,
bro,
what?
You got dedicated friends, bro.
Oh no, but yeah, it's just crazy. So so I'm just like, oh shit, like, and at this point I was still fucking like, I must have really liked this catfish, because I was like, nah, like, are you sure that it's not the real him? Like, are you sure? Like, I was really in denial. Like, I was just like, no, there's no way. Hey, hey, what's up? I was like, there's no way. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is that? Like, are you sure it's not really your boyfriend? Because it seems so real. Like, I can't tell you how. I've never spoke to catfish. I've been catfished before, and it's obvious that it's a catfish, and then you just know. But this one, nah, it was so hard. But okay, I don't want to say this on the stream, but all I'm gonna say is that there's still a conspiracy whether it really is him or not. Like, there's still a conspiracy around it. I don't know, but yeah, that's the time I got catfished, and like, I really like thought it was a real person, like a dumb bitch. Like, I actually really thought there was a real person. Like, who gets over 6 people involved? I don't know, but it was.
Bro, there's psychos like that in the world, bro.
Clearly. And I'm doing horrendous stories. When I tell story times, I do so bad. But yeah, that was the time I got catfished. It was sad, and it's like, it's fucked, because the guy is like so attractive, bro, and he has a girl, and I'm so mad about it, and he lives 30 minutes away from me. Do you know how frustrating that is? Like, wow, you are mine. I was like, in my head, I'm like, you're mine, but you wasn't even ever mine, because you were fake. But like, I got not attached, but I liked the catfish. I thought it was a real guy, innit? So I was just like, I was sitting there, like, dang, like, he was supposed to be mine, but he was never mine. Like, that's crazy. No, that's crazy. The friend were probably catfishes as well. I don't know what was going on. It was I have never seen a whole, like, so many red flags. Yeah, there was a lot of red flags, not gonna lie. Like, there was. I mean, him just not calling me didn't make any sense, but like, it was the way that he just, I can't explain it, but he just had a lot of really good excuses that it was just like, okay, like, he could be telling you. That's why you don't use Tinder and then apps them. Yeah, you gotta be careful. There's a lot of catfishes on Tinder. Only weird people on them. Yeah, that's true. There's so many weird people on Tinder. It's a joke.